Welcome to Two Fuse Wrestling. It's game time. Let's go. We're doing star, mid, release, cut when it comes to the four pillars of AEW: MJF, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Obviously, we are not including MJF in the game because he's not a release. He's not mid. He's not star. He's superstar. He doesn't. While he will forever be with this group of guys, he's already surpassed them, and I don't think his name really is going to be synonymous with them 20 years from now. All right, so having said that, when it comes to Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, who's your star, who's your mid, who's your cut?
Well, let me start off by saying this was a hard one for me because I really don't like all three of these guys. So, and I couldn't really just go cut all three. But if I'm picking one to push, and it's even tough picking this guy because CM Punk choked him out in London. But I'm going to go with Jack Perry, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, as my star. I think there's potential with what he's doing in New Japan right now, and I would kind of get rid of the scapegoat gimmick after a while, though, and I would, a lot of people are talking about nepotism in Hollywood, and I would just have him be this, like, Nepo baby and change his name to Hollywood Jack Perry and start playing off how his dad was Luke Perry and, I'm Hollywood royalty, stuff like that. I think he could pull off, like, that obnoxious heel, and you could get a lot of, like, good TV vignettes and promos out of it. When it came to the other two, the mid-card and the cut, the other two guys, to me, are both, like, dangerous workers. But for my mid-card, I went with the guy that's just dangerous to himself, and that's Darby Allin. There's potential there to be a star, but I don't know if you could trust him, like, giving him that push, because I feel like it's just a matter of time he's going to get hurt. Because, I mean, he takes some insane risks.
Yeah, he's not going to have a long career.
Right, and it's surprising he hasn't, like, broken his neck already with some of these things. So that's my mid card right there. Maybe if he tones it down, then you could push him and make him a star later on if he can kind of settle down a little bit. So then my cut, Sammy Guevara. Again, he's a dangerous worker, but he's hurting everyone else. He's got a personal vendetta against the Hardy Boys for some reason. He just keeps hurting the Hardy Boys. And he also does some crazy risks, too, that I don't feel like add anything to the match. Like those cutters off of ladders. And
that's something I see a lot in the comment section when it comes to Sammy Guevara, is the unnecessary risks that don't add anything to the match.
Yeah, both him and Darby, they do these, like, crazy risks, and it's like, this is a Wednesday night on TNT. Why are we doing this? So it's kind of hard to pick between them two, but out of the three, I like Sammy the least. So that's my cut, and then Darby is my mid-card, and Jungle Boy is my push. And with the four pillars thing, I always thought Wardlow should have been one of the four pillars over either one of these three guys, but it is what it is.
Well, they really shit on Wardlow.
They really screwed Wardlow. Yeah.
All right. For me, the star is Darby Allin. I feel like he already is there in a way. With his teaming of Sting, he already has this star aura to him because of that, the rub, in essence. I think his spots make him a fan favorite. He reminds me a lot of a Jeff Hardy. The face paint that works with the young kids to get over. I also think that he sells pretty well.
Yeah.
And that works for his character. I think his character really lines up well as this baby face who gets crowd support, underdog. He had a match with Cody Rhodes on an AEW pay-per-view before they officially, like, started doing the weekly shows that really made me a fan of his, where I think that he can even tell a story in the ring and it doesn't have to just be, I'm this.
The perfect example of what he can do without the dangerous things is the CM Punk match.
Oh, yeah, that was a good match,
too. That was
a
great match, too, and it's like, see, you don't need all this. You don't have to break your neck and jump through glass to...
So I trust him to be a star, and I think he will. I think he already is there. I just think well, Khan isn't really that good at his job booking. That's what really hurts Darby. I feel like WWE would have that dude over as fuck.
It seemed like with the Punk match, it was like, oh, he's the next guy because Punk comes back after however long and he picks this guy and they actually have a really good match.
And it's
then nothing after that.
Yeah, like Khan's just like, oh, I'm done with you. My mid, I see a lot of huge potential actually with this guy is Jungle Boy Jack Perry. I have to just do mid for him because all right, we thought he was this baby face that could get over with the crowd and would one day, a lot of people I've seen thought that he would be the guy that would dethrone CM Punk and be the AEW World Champion. He had his chance to be a superstar. They gave him a great feud with Christian, and he got bodied in it. It was very similar. It reminded me of JC and Eminem's song Renegade. It's JC's song, but he got outshined by Eminem. Jungle Boy's feud with Christian, that was Jungle Boy's feud. It was like, hey, here you go. We're making you a superstar. And he got so outclassed by Christian, which, I mean, Christian is a Hall of Famer.
It's hard to come back when a guy's like, your dad's dead.
That's what I'll give Tony Khan credit, though, with that feud is he pivoted and made Christian, like, a big thing there.
Yeah.
So that's why he's mid to me. He needs to earn his trust again. I think heel work for him is a lot better. That Hollywood gimmick that you just said, oh, dude, that's money. Like, he would be able to pull that off. And I also think, like, that Hollywood gimmick, and if you would have made him be the guy with the mask to get all the CM Punk fanboys would be so mad.
Yeah.
Dude, that would have been...
Like, you pull the devil mask off and you look at the camera and you say cry about it.
Yeah, dude, that would have been so money. But maybe Tony Khan really is... Meltzer tried saying that Tony Khan is mad at him and people were like, oh, it's just a work. But maybe Khan really does, like, is pissed off at Jungle Boy, Jack Perry over this
CM Punk debacle.
And my release is Sammy Guevara. I think, to me, he's a WWE guy. Those first two guys I can never see working in WWE. Sammy, I think, would fit in with WWE. I think he needs the structure. Also, like, it just went bad for him real quick in AEW with the fans, with the whole proposing to his girlfriend, and then, like, a week later we found out, I don't know, he said he wasn't cheating on her or whatever. Yeah. But the crowd turned on him hardcore to the point where it's like he needs, like, a reset.
I think what hurts him is he's, like, always Jericho's lackey, and it's like you never get, like, they'll separate, but then they have nothing for him, and it's like, we'll insert him into the Jericho feud. And it should have been like he stands up to Jericho and he gets a big win over Jericho and moves on instead of always being the lackey.
And he's also a guy, too, that could maybe go under Randy Orton's tutorage, because I know Randy Orton was on a Twitch stream or whatever. It was when AEW first started, and he said that he saw Sammy and Cody's match, and he said Sammy could be a star. So it's like maybe Randy Orton could teach him, mold him in a way where...
But if you hurt Randy Orton, you get fired.
Yeah.
Just ask Mr. Kennedy.
All right, so in the comments, let us know your views on Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Jack Perry. Who would you push as the star? Who's mid-card to you? And who's the guy that you would release?